nice to see you again. Thanks for coming. Today we're going to start with a song. I know we usually do that, but today we're going to start with a song that we have sung before because I got an email from Lara who said that her and her sister like to sing along with this song, and it's called Shotgun. Are you ready? I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Whoa. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Whoa. Hometown alligator, see you later. Gonna hit the road, hit the road. Two in the front, two in the back, sailing along, we can't look back. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Whoa. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Whoa. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Whoa. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Whoa. I don't know the rest of the words to that song, but that doesn't matter. We'll make some up. For example, how do you think a monkey would sing along to that song? A cat, meow 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 meow. What about a snake? What about a dinosaur? Ra 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 ra. Sorry, that was a bit silly. What other song shall we sing? Yes, another song Lara said she liked was Incy Wincy Spider. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. So Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. So Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. And twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yeah, I've been thinking about how much I'm looking forward to coming to visit when all the schools go back again after the summer holidays. I like visiting schools because playing music and games is much more fun when there's lots of people together in a classroom. Some of you will be starting maybe in a new school after the summer holidays, primary 1. Sometimes starting a new thing can feel a little bit strange. That's just how I feel when I go into a new school, because when I come to visit a new school I haven't been to, it's a strange building, it's a strange classroom I've never seen before, I've never met the teacher before, I've never met the children before. But you know what? Although it seems strange when I go in, I soon make lots of friends, we have lots of fun, and I end up having a really good time. And that's what it's like going to a new school. But thinking about that made me think about a really good story that's about feeling strange doing new things. So this story is called The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. And it's a story that's got lots of sounds in it. I don't have any pictures to show you, so you have to just listen to the story, help me make the sounds, and imagine the pictures in your own head. Okay, the town mouse and the country mouse. Once upon a time, there were two little mice. One lived in the town and the other one lived in the country. One day, Country Mouse thought, I'll ask Town Mouse over to stay. So Town Mouse came to stay. He'd never been to the country before, so Country Mouse decided to show him around. They were walking through a field when he heard some cows going, moo, moo, moo. Now Town Mouse had never seen a cow before and he felt a bit frightened. Don't be afraid. That's just the cows, said Country Mouse. Town Mouse thought they were a bit strange. A little while later, they saw a whole family of sheep. The sheep said, "Baa, baa, baa." Town Mouse had never seen a sheep before and he felt a little bit frightened. Don't be silly. Those are just the sheep, said Country Mouse. Town Mouse thought they were a bit strange. They were just on their way home to Country Mouse's little house when a giant big bird swooped down from the sky saying, "Caw! Caw! Caw!" Town Mouse looked a bit frightened. So Country Mouse said, "Don't be silly. That's just an eagle. Quick, run!" The two friends ran as fast as they could and they didn't stop running till they got back to Country Mouse's little nest, which was at the bottom of an oak tree at the edge of a wood. That evening, they had a lovely dinner of berries and nuts, which Country Mouse thought was delicious. But Town Mouse didn't like it at all. He thought that the nuts were too hard and the berries, they were a little bit sour, but he didn't say anything. Soon after that, the friends cuddled up in the little nest and Country Mouse soon fell fast asleep. But Town Mouse couldn't sleep. He thought the bed was far too soft and all the sounds of the countryside were keeping him awake. Up in the tree, an old owl was saying, "Twit twoo, twit twoo, twit twoo." "What's that?" said Town Mouse. In a river nearby, a little frog was croaking like this. "Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit." "What's that?" thought Town Mouse, because he hadn't heard that before. And even the tree itself was creaking in the wind. Creak, creak, creak. Town Mouse couldn't sleep at all. So the next morning he had an idea. He said, "I know what. Why don't you come to visit me in the town? Because the town isn't at all uncomfortable and actually it's not strange at all." What a good idea, thought Country Mouse. So the two friends went off to the town that afternoon. Now, Country Mouse had never been in the town before, so Town Mouse decided to take him for a little walk. They were walking down the street when once they heard a car go past honking its horn like this. Beep, 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 beep. Country Mouse was really frightened. Town Mouse said, "Don't be silly. That's just a car. They always make that sound." Country Mouse had never seen a car before and he thought it was very strange. A little while later, a huge big fire engine came hurtling down the street going, "Nee-no, nee-no, 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 nee-no." Country Mouse nearly jumped out of his skin. "What's that?" he said. "Don't be silly. That's just a fire engine," said Town Mouse. Country Mouse thought it was very strange. And shortly after that, a big furry cat jumped out at them from behind some bins. Country Mouse said, "What's that?" Town Mouse said, "Don't worry, that's just a cat. Quick, run!" The two friends ran as fast as they could, and they didn't stop till they got back to Town Mouse's little house, which was a hole in the floorboards in a baker's shop. That evening they ate a delicious meal of jam buns and cream cakes, which Town Mouse thought were delicious. But Country Mouse wasn't used to eating such rich food, so he had a sore tummy, and when he went to bed that night he couldn't sleep at all. He had a sore tummy, and all the sounds of the town were keeping him awake. In the shop there was a big clock that kept going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. In the kitchen there was a dripping tap that dripped all night. Drip, drip, drip. And the neighbour's dog kept barking all night long. Ruff, 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 ruff. Country Mouse couldn't sleep at all. That's enough of that, he thought. So he thanked Town Mouse for letting him stay, and the next morning, as soon as he could, he walked back home to his own little home in the nest at the bottom of the oak tree at the edge of the wood. That evening he had a delicious meal of nuts and berries, and he said to himself, new adventures are great fun, but there's nowhere quite like home. The end. Hope you liked that story. And maybe because you had to imagine all the pictures in the story, you could draw a picture of what Town Mouse looked like, or what Country Mouse looked like, or them being chased by a big eagle, or a town cat. Anyhow, I hope you all have a wonderful summer holiday, and hopefully I'll be able to see you next term when you start back at school. So wave at Dave. Bye bye. See you soon.